Hey guys, how you doing today? Mark here. We are going to have ourselves a great little day today. Quick hike, only about 1.5 miles in this park, but this park is awesome. I'm at the Carver-Roehl Park. Now, I know this as Carvers Rock, okay? That's just the way I've known it for all my life. I didn't even know the Roehl name existed in it. I thought it was just Carvers Rock, but it's Carver-Roehl. Okay, anyway, this is a great little hidden gem of a park. But the thing is, the word's getting out about this park and people are starting to come here, and the county is actually doing a better job at maintaining and developing up this little park. Okay, so we got some features over here. Over there we actually have bathrooms. Ain't that cool? Yeah, actual bathrooms. Over here we got a really big pavilion, so you can rent it out for family camping or family picnics and just other gatherings that you want to do. You know, a little I don't know, maybe like a family reunion. You know, you can go ahead and rent that from the county. Even farther down, there's some playground equipment down there too, so the kids can play, have a lot of fun while they're here. And the county's actually been coming out here and getting volunteers to come and do away with a very invasive species called garlic mustard. And they come in here and they spray the garlic mustard. So that's pretty cool that they're able to do that too. So they have just been doing a lot to this park. Last time I was here, the trails were dirt, okay, just plowed dirt. And now right over here where the trail begins, it is actually graveled. Yeah, it's actually kind of got like a crushed limestone on there. It looks pretty nice. So I'm hoping that maybe that's what the whole trail is going to be like now, but who knows. Now this park actually has a lot of history to it, okay? The park was actually established in 1950, but there was talk as far back as the 1920s of making this land a park. Okay, so it was in development for a long time, and when they acquired the land, it finally happened. The original settlers on the land, I think the last name of the family was Cage. I want to say William Cage. I think that's right. I'm not sure. If it's not, I'll put it down here. But they worked the land around here. Okay, there's farmlands all around here, and so they worked the land, but they owned this part as well. They just never did anything. They never developed it, so the trees are still here and everything. But that last motorcycle video that I did, where we went and checked out the bridges, and I pointed out that rundown building, that was their house, okay? And the original, noisy bird. And the original owners actually died and are buried on the property, and we're going to visit their grave sites. And that goes back to like the 1840s. I want to say 42, 45, somewhere in there. So we're going to check that out as well. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. Let's get on these trails. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but man, he's chirping up a storm. And yeah, that's the other thing here. The wildlife around here is just amazing. Lots of birds, squirrels, coons. We might be able to see some deer, but usually you don't in the midday. You know, they'll start coming out more in the early mornings and then towards the evening hours. So, but you know, we might see some turkeys or something like that too. Who knows? So let's get to this. We're going to see some great rock features. The creek that flows through here, and I cannot remember the name of the creek. I'll put that down here as well. Has really carved into the limestone and has made some great features, and we're gonna see them. Okay, let's get going. I'm excited about this. Okay, they do give you a little bit of an informational kiosk here, just some tree identification papers here. They've even got pamphlets in here too to identify the different types of trees. I'm not gonna spend my time with it this time, maybe another time. But they also give you a map right here, and you can see where everything is. I know throughout the park too, they made little signs and put them next to the trees so you can identify what kind of tree, you know, that species is. It's really kind of cool. And in fact, they even list right here all the different types of trees, you know, so they got everything from American basswood, black oak, northern red oak, white pines, sugar maples, hickories. They're all in this park. I mean, just looking at that, I'm saying that there's probably close to 20 different types of trees here. Let's get going. This is awesome. I'm excited. Let's go. Okay, now just because there's only a mile and a half of trails here does not mean that this is going to be an easy hike. The type of topographical land formations here are actually quite extreme. I mean, it's not like we're going to be, climbing up rock walls or anything like that, but this is a really good place to cross-country ski too. So, there's a good hills and stuff throughout here. So let's have some fun. All right, first intersection here. We haven't gone far. I mean, but check that. You got a nice little gazebo over here. And there's the pavilion right there. You can see the roof to that. You can see the bathrooms right over there. So yeah, we haven't gone very far. I actually want to go this way because going in this direction, we get to the water quicker. Okay, so these are the types of signs that they have to identify the tree species. So you get the name and a little blurb about the tree and then some photos. And of course, they put it right next to that tree. That's pretty cool. I like that. Now, of course, not every tree is going to have a sign by it, okay? But they've just picked out really good specimens to put the signs by. Look at these little drainage ditches that have been eroded into. That's cool. What do we got here? Northern red oak. That's what that tree is right there. It's a northern red oak. Nice view out here though, over the fields. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's one of my favorite birds, the red-winged blackbird. Just like that high little whistle and twirl it does. All right, came up on my first view of the creek way down there. And now we gotta go down this hill and keep on going. Okay, here's another tree sign. And I believe it is for this tree right here. And that is a eastern red cedar. And off to the side over here, it looks like there's a walking path that people have created to come down to the stream. I would go down there, but man, we've had so much rain lately that it looks pretty muddy. So I think I'm going to stay on the drier ground today. I remember what the name of the creek was. It is Spring Brook Creek. I knew I'd remember it eventually. Not a very deep creek. Here's a nice little area we can come out to. Back over here, it's kind of deep. I would say that that's only maybe a foot and a half. And then over these mild little rapids over here, you're only talking maybe 4 or 5 inches really. But look at this, look at over here. That's what we're walking next to, all that cut sandstone. Isn't that awesome? But I'm kind of getting off of the trail, so let's get back on it. Check out this. I'm kind of crouching just to stay in the frame, but I don't want to block the view of this. But check out the way the sandstone is cut. I mean, look at the overhangs on these cliffs. That's awesome. I mean, that's got to be recessed from like the very top edge going down. It's probably recessed, probably a good 5 to 6 feet back along the water line. And down here, there is a pretty decent sized pool, cut through. I would say that down there, it's probably about 6 feet deep. But this is awesome. I love this. Yeah, like I said, we've been getting a lot of rain over the past week or so. So to see puddles like that, it does get kind of muddy around here. So, be a little mindful of that. And also, the mosquitoes around here can just be atrocious. Right now, I think I'm still decent, as far as coming out when I did. I have seen a few mosquitoes here and there, but for the most part, they're not out quite yet. I also have heard this year is supposed to be a big year for ticks. So definitely wear bug repellents and stuff. The 100% DEET, that works pretty well against ticks. Oh, and then treating your clothing. You don't put it on yourself, but treating your clothing with, oh shit, what is that called? Permethrin or something like that. That will help out a lot too, because basically as soon as they touch it, they'll die from it. I got a nice little bench to sit on right here, and again, got a nice little sandstone ledge right there. Creek is probably about maybe 1.5 foot, 2 feet deep right through here. I just had a nice conversation with that couple over there, and she was talking mostly about the birds and stuff around here, and I should be watching for kingfishers. Can't really say I know what a kingfisher is, but she says it's kind of got like a mohawk to it and it's blue, so I might have to keep my eyes open for it. And she says that they're usually around the water. Okay, I'll keep my eyes open for it. Let's keep moving. I am going to go on a limb and say that that is man-made. Someone just threw a bunch of rocks in there, piled it up, and created a kind of sort of dam type thing. But check out this little area over here. It's all been cleared out. That's kind of cool. You can see a car right there. You see that little roof right here? That's actually where the water pump is. So if I needed water, or if you wanted to get water, you can use the pump right up there. All right, bridge crossing. Oh, cool, guys. Check out these old limestone rock walls. That looks cool. This bridge must have been rebuilt because the wood looks pretty new. But yeah, they must have had some sort of a bridge system sitting here before that's been replaced. That's cool. I like that. And it looks like it's on the other side as well. A little view looking upstream. There's a view looking downstream. Okay, so I just crossed the bridge here, and I'm seeing like a trail going up this way. You'll probably see a lot of those types of trails as you're going around. They're just animal trails. They're not really meant for us. So yeah, animals blaze their own trails. All right, let's keep moving. So yeah, I came off the trail a little bit, maybe about 30 feet or so, just so I can take a look at this limestone wall here. The road to the parkway is right up there, so the driveway is right up there. And I just love the eroded limestones. I just love them. And I love how, you know, you look at it and you see like individual bricks almost. You know, they're all layers. It just cracks and fissures in just the right way. It just looks like it's almost man-made. A little spillway from the road up there. Right on the top up here is the Carvers Rock Road. And then, yeah, they just have a culvert system that empties down and it goes right into the stream, which is over here. Okay, looks like we're coming up on the main driveway entrance. Looks like there's another little kiosk thing here. Oh, yep. So I'll show you. So when we come in, this is where we're at now. When you drive in, this is the loop, this is the pavilion, the playground equipment, the pumps, the bathrooms, and all that. And I parked up here at the head of the loop. We came basically over here and then started coming around this way. We crossed that bridge, came down here, we're getting to this roadway, and we're going to go to that bridge. I got a story about that bridge. All right, crossing the driveway here, but this is very deceiving. It looks like the trail's blocked off. It is not. You just got to go around the barrier gate for the park entrance. Here's another nice big informational kiosk sign type thing. So this is the bridge that I have a story on, and it's not a real story or anything, but this bridge has a little bit of historical meaning to me, in that when my oldest daughter graduated high school, we came out here to shoot some of her senior photos, and we had her just sitting on the platform here, leaning up against the rail, and I think she might have had her guitar with her. I can't quite remember, but it was a beautiful picture, and I really liked that a lot. But that's it. That's all I want to tell you about this. Let's keep moving. These are some of the most impressive cliffs on this property in this park. And look at how tall these things are. I mean, you know, some people will say, oh, that's not tall, you know, but they're about, I'm going to say 15 feet. And from this point here to the water line back there, that's probably about 10 feet. So there's quite a bit of overhang right there. That's awesome. I just love that. You know, basically made by this little creek right here. Oh, more water puddles to jump. Yay! Well, I gotta give you a size comparison. Let's see if I can get through here without getting too wet. Find the right rocks to stand on. You gotta remember too, we've had a lot of rain coming through here. And so the water is actually rushing fairly well. But yeah, look at that. I'm basically almost standing right underneath it. Almost, not quite, but almost. And that thing is probably still a good 6 feet above me. God, that's awesome though. I love that. Just been eroded away over centuries and centuries. Whoa. All right, don't fall now, Mark. The things I do for you guys. Oh, okay. Sorry, another little tree thing here. This tree right there, it's called a bitter nut hickory. Never heard of that one before. Now, sadly though, because I'm not doing this in later spring and early summer, I don't really get to see the leaves yet. They're basically just now budding. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not able to see the leaves. Okay, but what was I going to tell you? Oh, I remember what I was going to tell you. Took me a little while. The way I'm doing the trail today, I am basically staying on the outskirts of the park. You know, basically as far out on either side as I can go. There are a few trails that run through the middle of the park, but I am not doing those. I want to stay on the outside. That's it. That's all I wanted to tell you. Oh, look at this. Coming up on a little seating area. Nice. No picnic table though. Kind of a shame on that. Picnic table would be nice. Have a little lunch right there. Okay, let's keep moving. This is really cool. So they're walking along this path. You got the creek down here, maybe about 15, 20 feet below you. God, it's so nice. Those big birds that just took off, they are turkey vultures. They were just sitting perched up here on this tree. One flew over here, which you just saw, and another one flew into the trees over there. Cool. Okay, so as you can see, there's a trail that goes off to our right here. We're not following that. That's basically going up into another cleared area. They used to have picnic tables up there, but I'm not seeing anything now. But I'm sure that you can probably just sit on the ground and enjoy a little picnic lunch on the ground. Our trail actually goes off to the left, and we're going to keep following that. So that lady that I was talking to before about seeing some blue bird, I can't remember what it was called, a kingfisher, I think it was. Well, I actually saw the bird flying up the creek, and lo and behold, she came following maybe 10 minutes later. It's like, oh, okay. Talked to her a little bit. She goes, did you see it? Did you see it? I go, yeah, I saw it. That's pretty cool. Oh, in fact, there it goes again. So that damn thing is fast. Wow. But anyway, so I sat there and I talked to her, and it's not Carver Road, it's Rail is how it's pronounced. But the name was actually changed a number of years ago. It used to be Carvers-Roehl Park. So I'm not completely wrong, but for modern day sake, it is Carvers-Roehl Park, not roll like I thought it was. Okay, anyway, got a nice little bridge coming up here. Now the creek runs around over there and then circles back around and comes under the bridge. And there's a really nice limestone overhang cliff right there. You'll see it, don't worry, you'll see it. All right, just getting off the bridge here. I'm gonna come down here. Yeah, look at that overhang. Wow, that's cool. That is so cool. Now, when Sarah was taking her graduation pictures, I actually had her walk up and sit on that. That was a pretty cool picture too. No, she did not walk up there. She actually came down and around. Yeah, look at that. You can see the overhang way down there too. I know on the camera this isn't going to look like much, but that's pretty steep and pretty high. I told you. Now the bad thing is I gotta go back down and grab the damn camera. You know, it's not a bad thing that I have to come down to get the camera. It's I gotta go back up. So I have to climb this hill twice. Just to give you the guys that little bit of footage. All right, getting to the top of the hill here, and as you can see, there is a path that we tee into. I think to get to the gravesite, we're going to go down that way. I think that's right. All right, so that was correct. I do go right at the top of the hill. And then here, you'll see another trail split. Goes right, goes left. If you go right, this will actually take you down to the roadway down there, down by the four-way stop and that old building. But the gravesite is down the left side, so we're going to go left. Well, that didn't take long. Historical grave site. Got a little teepee looking thing. That must be the Sasquatch tent over there. right? Ain't that where Sasquatch would live? All right, here's the grave site though. Now this has been replaced, or this replaced that old stone there, or what's left of that old stone. So Mary Gilson Chase. I think I was saying Cage. It was Chase, that's it. 1807 to 1843. And then William Chase, 1832 to 1845. Wife and son of William C. Chase, first settlers in town of Bradford, 1836. So yes, this whole area of the park, that four-way intersection by that old rundown house, out to the old bridge that we checked out on that last motorcycle ride. This is the small town of Bradford. It's unincorporated. There's nothing here. Just maybe, I don't know, maybe a dozen houses or something like that. And this park, the Carvers Rock or Carver-Roehl Park, is actually the second oldest park in this county. That's kind of cool. But there is a grave site memorial to William Chase, the first settler of this little town, in 1836. That's cool. That's really cool. Do you want to check out the Sasquatch tent? Let's do it. Okay, let's go down here to the Sasquatch shelter, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure this is just kids up here playing, just stacking up deadfall. It's not really a Sasquatch thing, but yeah, they did a pretty decent job of it. I could actually see maybe someone sleeping in there some night. All right, it looks like this little man-made path will actually circle around and go back to the main path. Let's do that. All right, as you guys can see, I am back on the main trail here, walking on the top edge of, I'm gonna guess, a 60 to 70 foot berm, and it just goes right down into the creek. So yeah, there's the bridge that we just crossed not too long ago, and then the limestone shelvings are over there. But this looks like we're coming into a man-made forest of pine, and by the look of the bark, I'm actually going to say that this is a red pine. Red pine usually has like a leathery type look to its bark. I learned that from our vacation that Jen and I took to Itasca, because they were big into red and white pine up there. Yep, I was right, red pines. There you go. And then here's the white pine right next to it. And there's the bark to the white pine. So I'm thinking that that tree right there is a white pine, but this one right here is a red pine. Okay, coming up to another intersection here. As you can see, the trail goes straight. Another little rest area right here. Trail goes off this way. Now this will stay towards the interior by the creek. I do not want to do that. This other trail that comes off here, I think goes down to Creek Road and dead ends at that road down there. So we are going to go straight forward, and we're going to kind of follow this fence line. So there's a look at the little gazebo, rest area, pavilion, I don't know what you want to call it. I'll just call it a rest spot. I'm sure the brochures to the park will say that those things are shelters. I'm actually getting really close to the end. It's not going to take me really all that long to get there. And I think this trail will actually go into the area by that, that gazebo that we saw towards the beginning when we first started. I think that's where this trail will end up. But I wanted to cover just a couple of things, at least one personal thing that's going on with me personally, you know, not my mom, not my dad or anything like that. And that is, if you guys have noticed this brown spot on me, probably about 5 years ago that brown spot showed up. And I was kind of worried about it. And my wife was like, well, you know, let's just kind of keep an eye on it and see what happens. It seemed to have gotten a little bit bigger and a little bit darker, a little more prominent. You know, when I go back and watch all my old videos and stuff, I can kind of see it taking shape and stuff right there. Well, I'm going to say probably ever since maybe around Thanksgiving, so maybe 4 or 5 months ago, it seems like it had gotten kind of crusty and it was getting kind of thick. You know, I could actually see it protrude off of the skin. So this past week, I called my dermatologist and said, hey, I got something that I'm a little concerned about. You know, it could be a skin cancer of some sort. And he goes, yeah, you know, if it's been growing, I definitely want to take a look at it, and we'll cut it off and we'll send it away for biopsy. So that's what he did. That's what that is now. It's just a scab right now. So hopefully that will heal up in the next week or so. And I'm still waiting to hear the results of the biopsy. Of course, hopefully by the time I make my next video, which should be a writing video, I should have the results of that by the time I get to making that video. So, yeah, this has got me a little concerned. Just letting you guys know. All right, from my advantage point up here on top of the hill, I can see the start of the parking lot loop. So yeah, not far now. Oh yeah, another thing I want to tell you too. I have been getting out on actual trails with Missy, trying to get her trained. She's still such a puppy, you know, she's only coming up on 5 months old. So, okay, this trail that you see here, back at that shelter where we went straight across instead of taking that trail to the left, this is where the trail to the left would have came up to. So yeah, just personal preference. Did you want to go that way or this way? You end up in the same spot. Okay, but anyway, I did take a little video of how she was on, you know, I think we've only been to Big Hill Park maybe 3 times. So I'll show you a little bit of video of me walking her down the trail at Big Hill Park. Okay guys, I'm just out here at Big Hill Park with Missy. I just want you to see that she is pulling a lot. So she is not really ready for me videotaping and taking her with me on trails. But she's not doing bad either. She's not wanting to jump out into the woods and stuff like that. She's pretty much staying on the trail. She doesn't stop at every single tree. So she is doing pretty good at it. But not quite ready yet. Airplane going on overhead. That little area where I just went through, you can see that the posts to the fence, because you're right by that fence for the property that's next door, those are brand new steel fence posts. A while ago, I can't remember if a tree fell on the fence or if it just collapsed due to decay, because everything else is all wooden fence posts. But anyway, that portion of fence down there had fallen over, and they had cattle in that field there. So as you're walking along, don't be surprised if you see like big, huge kind of ruts and gouges in the walking path, because those are the old cow hooves. They really trample down the ground pretty good in that area. So yeah, in fact, you might be able to see it right down there in the ground. I don't know if you can see those or not, but yeah, those are old hoof prints from when that fence fell in and the cattle got out. It's one of those things that when you first see them, you're sitting there thinking, oh, horse prints. That's not what they are. They are cow prints. There are no horses allowed on these trails. I'm still seeing them. So yeah, no horses, no ATVs, dirt bikes, or anything like that. So this is just primarily a hiking and cross-country skiing trail. That's all this is. All right, so I will say that the grooming of the trail is excellent. Not a lot of branches coming in and overhanging the trail or anything like that. A little soft, a little mud, but I mean, we've been having like 3-4 days of rain, so technically it's not bad. I was really expecting a lot worse at the water's edge. I was really expecting that to be really muddy, but yeah. But yeah, the width of the trail is really good. I'm not brushing across a lot of branches and stuff like that. So even though ticks have been bad already this year, I'm really not worried about it right now. I'll give myself a little quick check, but I don't think I've caught anything. All right, bridge number 3. I think this is bridge number 3. No, 4. Yeah, this is number 4. Just over a little bit of a drainage ditch coming right out of the field over here. Yeah, I think that's all it is. Just drainage coming out of the field, rushes down through here, goes towards the roadway, and the gutter culvert system along the road. All right, here's the parking area of the loop. There's the pavilion right over there. The bathrooms are over there. There's that gazebo that we saw at the start. Technically, I could walk right down here and go to the truck, but I'm actually going to come up here by the gazebo. We'll take a closer look at that, and then we'll get on that sandstone graveled pathway and walk back to the truck. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Very nice. All right, here's the limestone graveled walkway. That's the direction that we went when we first started. So now we're going to go that way. All right, guys, that was an awesome little hike. So much to see in this little park. But unfortunately, I got to go back home. I'm going to say right now that the stuff around here, the signs and the maps and everything, they say that there's about 1.5 miles worth of trails here. I think that counts for all the little spur trails that hook up to the driveway, the roadways, you know, the little section that cut through the middle that we didn't take. So yeah, I think that includes all of that. It's just not the main circle around the perimeter of the park. So I'm going to say that we probably only did maybe 1 mile. That's all we really did. But it was a great mile, lots to see, awesome park. Carver-Roehl Park, awesome. See you guys on the road. Bye.